What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch, and today we're going to be looking at UFC 285, Jones versus Gane. We're going to be looking at the main event. But before we get started, don't forget to like this video. It helps us out a ton, and we appreciate it a lot. So let's jump right into it. So we have the return of Jon Bones Jones. He is 26-1. He's 35 years old. He's 6'4" with an 84.5-inch reach. And his last two were wins over Dominic Reyes and Thiago Santos. And he is going up against the #1 contender in the heavyweight division, Ciryl Bongamin Gane. He's 11-1. He's 32 years old. He's 6'4" with an 81-inch reach. And his last win was a finish over Tai Tuivasa. And Gane will be coming in as a plus 135 underdog to Jones plus 155 favorite status. You know, Ciryl Gane, he's a southpaw striker who's very light on his feet. He almost has like a karate stance where he's bouncing on his toes. He has a very fast jab, which he tends to touch and move with, which in my opinion is very impressive for a heavyweight. But he also showed that he can throw some absolute heat. He put his power on display, putting away a very durable Tai Tuivasa by strike, knocking him out cold. And he also showed his power in his fight against Derek Lewis for the interim title. At that time, he was kind of getting the reputation of being a boring point fighter, but he put absolute pressure on Derek Lewis, eventually crumbling him with his strikes. You know, he has shown some bright spots, but man, he is still very green. This is only his 13th fight as a pro ever. You know, he is still learning. He's still getting better. And 2 fights ago, he did lose his chance at the title against Francis Ngannou, and it was his wrestling that let him down. He is going up against Jon Jones, who has a bunch of experience. He has more fights in the UFC than Ciryl Gane does as a pro. And Jon Jones has all that experience at the very highest level. You know, Jon Jones, it's been 3 years since his fight with Dominic Reyes, and his last 2 fights were not his best showings. But now he has returned to challenge at heavyweight. He took all that time off to acclimate to heavyweight, which in my opinion is super important. When fighters try to jump up in weight without the proper preparation, it usually does not end up well for them. You know, Jon Jones, he's a tall, lanky fighter with an 84.5-inch reach, and Jon Jones has always had a very high fight IQ. He uses his reach and his length very well. You know, he uses front kicks and oblique kicks to maintain the range and the distance that he wants. I think the biggest advantages of his in this fight is his experience and his wrestling. Jon Jones is actually a really good wrestler, a very technical wrestler, and he's only gotten better. I am 100% positive he will be looking to test Ciryl Gane's takedown defense. You know, Jon Jones probably really liked what he saw in the Ciryl Gane Francis Ngannou fight when it came to Ciryl Gane's takedown defense, and I think this is one of those times where Ciryl Gane's inexperience will be a detriment to him. I just think there's nothing like getting reps in, and especially with wrestling. And although Ciryl Gane is also a very cerebral fighter, I just don't think you can triumph experience, especially against another fighter with high IQ as well. So I think the return of Jon Jones will be a success. I think he wins by decision. I think he's going to test Ciryl Gane's wrestling from the get-go. I think he's going to try to take him down. He has some good singles, some good doubles. He has very good trips. He's very tricky against the cage. And obviously, Jon Jones, if he can get him down, he has a very solid sub game, but he has some nasty ground and pounds. He be slicing people up with his elbows, and he has a chance here to display that violence. And if he can get Ciryl Gane out of there, it'll be super impressive. So I think Jon Jones' return will be a success. But let me know down below what you think. Do you think I'm underestimating Ciryl Gane? Do you think maybe I'm overestimating Jon Jones' skills and how they will translate to heavyweight? Let me know down below. Leave a comment. I'm interested to hear what you think. And yeah, UFC 285. It's going to be a great night of fights. Do not forget to tune in, and I'll see you next week. But until then, take care.